Hello? How you doing,
Lord
man?
mercy.
Oh, man. What's happening,
He go to 6 first.
No,
I ain't gonna
here.
give you this.
Here. Oh my gosh. Here, Lamont.
Yes.
Welcome home.
Man.
Thank you,
You
thank
look
you.
good. You look big and all.
Yes. We ain't got no bitch
Yeah,
with
that's
us.
right. What's up, man? What's going on with you, man? What's
We
going
been
on
since
with you,
5:30. How
Hell
you
yeah, they
doing?
told me you was here since 5:30, man. I was like, wow. I can't help it, man. I can't help it, dog.
You look
I can't help it. Who
good.
else in the car? Nobody else in the
That's
car?
it.
Like, come out this sweater, though.
Hey, you look cute.
Yeah.
I hooked you up, boy.
Yeah, I told you.
Didn't I tell you I hooked you up?
Dude, what's up with you?
Nothing.
What's going on, man?
You ready to go?
Hey.
Come here.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, the kid
Dang, 30
ain't
years.
got no picture. There we go.
Back to these projects you got coming out right now. What's this birth of the Crips thing? Tell me about it.
Okay, birth of a Crip. Let me take it back. It was me, Kenya, and my uncle Durab. We was talking. We was in there. It turned out originally I'm gonna go back further than that. It was me, Baby Wake, and Kenya. We was talking, and I sent my journals because I write in my journals. That's what I used to do in prison, and I do out here sometimes. But I let him read my journals. So Baby Wake was like, man, you need to turn this into memoirs. You need to turn this into a book, bro. Woo, woo, woo. So I was thinking about it. So it was me, Kenya, and we was in the living room talking. And Kenya was like, yeah, you need to, that'll be cool. And she read it, and she was like, you could turn this into a book. So that was the original plan. It went from that to my Uncle Durab coming over. Because she found out Raymond was my uncle and all that. And she was like, you need to do a documentary about you coming home. But then Raymond, that's your uncle. You could do a documentary about that too. So it turned into originally a documentary and we named it Birth of a Crip, the Raymond Washington story. But my book is called In My Own Words. And my book is basically talking about my journey in prison. What I was doing there, how I got there. And it got some of Raymond's letters in there too, in his own handwriting. Basically talking about why he started the movement he started. In his own handwriting.
Let me ask you something. Doing 29 years, did you come across any original East Side Crips that ran with Raymond in there?
Yeah, I ran into my boy Jackie Wilson. His name is Mad Dog out the Grandies. That's my guy. He called me to this day. Don't leave me out, man. Don't leave me out. That's my guy. Jackie Wilson, my boy. Man, I don't know. Oh, Bam from Hoover, Lil Bam. But he say he knew Raymond, so it's only rare. It's only a couple.
I know you didn't run around telling people that was your uncle, so how would these conversations start if you come across an older Crip?
Or Jackie Wilson was like, I'm original Crip. I'm original Granny. Raymond Washington, my big homie. Salty Mac Thomas is my big homies. Is that right? Yeah. I said, he wouldn't believe it, but Raymond's my uncle. He looked at me, said, nah. I said, yeah. I said, my grandmother had 5 kids, 3 different baby daddies. She was married to my grandfather, then divorced him and got with Raymond's father, Ray Washington. And then I guess that didn't work out or whatever. And then she married L.B. Barton, which is Durad's daddy. She married him. We was tight.
Did you ever come across any older Crips that didn't believe you were the nephew?
Yeah. Ronnie Bam.
Where's Ronnie Bam from?
6'8", East Coast. He didn't believe me at first. I'm like, Raymond, my uncle, bro. I said, Raymond really my uncle. I don't care what all these other dudes talking about, saying they got a relationship with him, but that's my blood. I'm just telling you, bro.
Didn't Ronnie Bam say he's like a cousin or something to Raymond?
Yeah, well, he must be on his daddy's side because I know Trip Box related to him from 6ix9ine. That's my cousin. Trip Box is my cousin. And Ronnie Bam, I don't know. If he is, he gotta shit. I don't know. He gotta be on his daddy's side probably.
Did you ever meet Raymond's pops, Raymond Senior?
No, I never knew Raymond, Big Raymond. I never knew his dad. My dad knew him. My dad went to his funeral. My dad and Donald Randall went to the funeral. They knew him. I just found out he may have another sibling on his dad's side, so I don't know. I don't know him. We never been around that side.
Did you grow up with Raymond Washington's kids, your cousins, or you met them later in the game?
No, I met little Raymond. The two that I knew is Raymond and Shamika. Those are the two oldest. Keisha was coming around, but Keisha was a little baby. I don't really remember Keisha. And I just met Ray Shauna before I got out. We was corresponding while I was in jail. And when I got out, I met Ray. She's a good girl. She's a good girl, man. And you know, like I said, when I did this, it's for the family. What I'm doing today is for the family. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother, all she want is people to see who Raymond was as a man, as a person who loved his community. That's what she want people to see. And this is what the documentary and with this TV series is about. From when he was a kid growing all the way up. So it's like, that's what she wants. She's 91 years old, and that's what she wants to see. That's what she want people to see Raymond as, the man and the boy that she raised.
Was Raymond's mom, even though you know that's her son, was she aware of his notoriety at that time?
She told me she wasn't really aware of it. She was like, she heard bits and pieces, but she wasn't really aware of all the stuff that they were saying about it. She wasn't. She told me that I wasn't aware of all that. But you know, my grandmother worked. Man. She worked her butt off. So to raise them 5 kids by herself, especially after Duraz's dad, she divorced Duraz's dad. She had.
I'm wondering, did the light bulb pop up at Raymond's death or the funeral, or is she becoming fully aware of his legacy now during this project and everybody's talking about him? Is she like getting the big picture now, or she kind of already had it?
I think she's getting the big picture now. She was probably, I don't know, I can't really say at the funeral, but I think she's getting a big, but she's getting, because people talking to her, and she's getting a lot.
Does she understand how worldwide this Crip movement is?
Yeah, my grandmother, you know, yeah. That's what she was saying. She just can't believe it. I mean, she believed it, but it's just like, man. Because at first she was like, why don't they let my son rest in peace? And I'd be like, well, Grandma, don't you want people to see the other side of Raymond? This is what the whole show is about. It's to show who Raymond was as a person, who loved his community and loved his family too. This ain't just about Raymond the Crip. This is about Raymond the man.
Well, you know, his name did kind of like go into the shadows after his death for at least 10, 20 years. And it's pretty much being resurrected now in this internet age.
Because I think Tookie name was when his name was probably one said, it was Tookie.
Well, you know what? I was just watching the Big U Ice-T interview, and Ice-T made a good point. He was like, Raymond was a ghost. You never seen him. Tookie was on the front and center. That's why people automatically thought he was the founder and leader.
Well, maybe if he was a ghost, he's probably on that west side, because he gave the keys to him to start the west side. So, I mean, when he did that, because when you talk to somebody from the east side, they're going to talk about Raymond. Off the top. They ain't going to talk about Tookie. They're going to say Raymond. And to me, it's not even like a lot of people is saying things about the movie, saying, why are you doing the East Side Story? It's not an East Side Story, bro. Because at the end of the day,
It's family.
it's family, man. This is family. And when it started on the East and it came to the West, come on, man. Now it's worldwide, bro. So you can't just say this is an East Side Story, bro. This is a story for everybody need to know. Everybody need to know.
Damn, I had two questions, but one's in my head. You were cellies with Pretty Boy.
Yeah, that was my celly.
At some point in time, Raymond's name came up.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
Well, you know, he lived next door. Pretty Boy lived next door to my grandmother growing up, and he married Raymond when he was over there as a kid, and but they lived next door. His sister used to braid Durad's hair.
Who brought up Raymond? He was like, "This is my uncle," and he was like, "Nigga, I live next door to him." How did that conversation even come to be?
You know what? We were cellies for a minute too, so we were just talking. I can't remember how it was brought up, but I think he was talking about some stuff back in the day. And I told him, I said, you know, Raymond's my uncle, bro. And he was like, you bullshitting. That's him. You bullshitting. I said, no, I'm serious, bro. That's my uncle. That's my dad. He got a brother named Derard or something. I said, Derard, that's my uncle. He said, man, I used to live next door. And that's when he told me. That was back in Lancaster in like 94, 95. Yeah, that was my celly, man.
That's it, man. Unless you got something you want to throw in there.
No, he did good.
Did you go to Whitney Young?
Yeah, I went to Whitney Young. Yeah, checked out. Oh, I got kicked out. Let me straighten that out.
Who was all at Whitney Young when you went there?
Me, Boo Boo, Marv, Charlie, Lil Shiny Mac went there for a minute. Lil Peanut. Shit, who else went there? It was about... Who else went there, man? There was a few other cats went there that wasn't from really officially from the hood.
Were the 50s still hanging on 8th Ave at that time?
Yeah. They was at it with the 40s though, man. They was going at it with the 40s over there. They wasn't really...
So they never pressed up into Whitney Young?
Hell no. No, they never pressed in Whitney Young. Nah. Because Levy, whether you know it or not, Levy was cool with a lot of the homies. And Levy really from Devil Line, but he, I guess, had something to do with the 50s.
So look, you used to fuck with Baby Bub kind of, you know.
Yeah.
And he lived right there on 50th
and 8th Ave, yeah.
No issues hanging out with him right there?
No. I used to go over there all the time, and I mean, Lil Sugar Hill Will lived down the street from him, and I know him because I went to Palisade with him. But no, I ain't never had no issues over there. Because I think, to me, VNG's over there, once you hit Arlington or go past Arlington towards Chesterfield Park and all that, that's where you're going to find them at. To me. That's what you're going to find. That's where they hang out at. I have never really seen them in the avenues like that. Because Tiny Cass and them lived on 54th and 7th Ave. Tiny Cass, Tiny Drew, rest in peace, all Tiffany, them 30, they all grew up on 7th Ave and 54th. And I didn't really see no VNGs over there. Where Dan lived now is where Tiffany grew up in that house. Tiffany, Tiny Cass and them.
That's kind of like around the corner from Vincent Lovett.
Vincent Lovett and them, yeah.
That's it, man.
All right, that was good. Got 2 more.
Oh yeah. See this Starstruck too, man. It's my brother-in-law's clothing line, man. Starstruck.
We don't plug people's clothing line here.
Okay, well, you know what I'm saying, man. You know, I gotta put him in there, bro. Gotta put him in there, man.
I'm joking, man.
Starstruck.
But people do make money off that shit.
Yeah.
No, we got you.
All right, buddy. I ran through your whole life, man.
I appreciate it.
History. Yeah. Where I come from. Yeah. Come from a lonely place in the heart. It's called View Park, right next to Hyde Park. 74, 75 when the hood arrived. It all changed for residents on the block. So they showing big pops, they thunder and lightning. Sticky T and Kyle, Crenshaw district is frightening. Snoop Dogg, Babyface, and Big Rick is the man. Birthplace of 60 Crips, we ruin the land. Big Mump, Keystone, Ronnie Pace, and the Springers. Know they kept the burner shot dice till they winning. Slanging the rocks and play ball at Ladera Park. Summerfield playing ball, low we chillin'. Now our numbers are grew, homie, about 60 more. Niggas you could call a little Mump, J Stone. T Mac, Master Rip, Squally Deep, Big Loon. Now we are forced to be reckoned with, you will see it soon. Where I come from, better have your gun, huh?